All across America, in stadiums like this, minor league players are chasing a dream, taking the gamble of a lifetime, hoping they have what it takes to make it to the big leagues.
The wind is calling me, and so I run, chasing a dream. Chasing a dream. Blind desire driving me on. My mistress beckons me down this road. Her whisper echoes through the trees. Some nights I wonder, what's it all about? Chasing a dream, chasing a dream. I know that I can make it. My chance, whoa, chasing a dream, I'm getting closer, chasing a dream.
A lot of the good organizations have a lot of talented ball players, and there's guys that are lost in the shuffle, or guys in AA that should be in AAA, or AAA that could play for major leagues in another team. And if you're not in a situation with a team where you're going to be brought along right away, then you're going to spend another year or two in the minor leagues, and that's happened to a lot of players before.
Come on, we got to go right now.
You know, we don't really keep a guy around long if we think he's reached his top, his maximum playing ability goes. If there's a kid that's younger that is capable of passing him, then we'll go with the younger player, which is good, and it's made the organization very successful too. Because we probably have more guys playing in the big leagues at this point that come through the Philadelphia organization than any other club in baseball. And it just goes from one thing, you know, we have a lot of instructors, we have a lot of personnel that work, but it's paid off in the long run.
Good swing. I got my hands extended on that. Yeah. But when that foot goes up, those hands go back. Good swing.
A lot of times, you know, you just have to stay with a kid that, you know, that's not matured and try to get that maturity out of him, because when he does mature a little bit more, you know, he has a tendency to listen more and grasp more of the things that you're talking about, you know.
You know, you get disappointed sometimes. You know, just like me, I thought I was going to go to AAA, and they sent me to AA, and just bear down. Doesn't matter where they send you as long as you play. If you get your playing time in, then you'll develop.
It's a tough life, dog eat dog. You know, you just have, this game's 90% mental almost. And not just for us, for the wives. It's rough on wives.
I've been brought up, you know, with my mom and dad were there every night, and my dad came home from work at 5 o'clock, and I think I was kind of brought up. I just figured that's how marriage was supposed to be. But it's been different. I wouldn't change it, you know. I'd be here, but it's just different from what I expected it to be, I guess. Everybody here is in the same boat. Everyone here is in the same situation, away from their families. You know, a lot of the wives, it's their first time away too, and you just stick together, you really do. You just
form your own family here.
All you've got, so you've got to hang in there.
Because we live with it, everybody lives within each other here, you know, like all the ball players, like, we're at the ballpark, say, most of the day, you know, like when we get to the park, you know, we'll spend the whole time there, and then, you know,
working together, living together, and It's interesting because everybody pretty much knows what the other one's doing and the other ball player's thinking. And it is. It is like a soap opera.
So it's dipping skull and chewing tobacco. Well, the first time you ever chewed tobacco, how did you feel? First time ever, no effects from tobacco, but from the skull I got a little bit sick. You kept on going, right? Yeah, but the skull's nicer because you do get a little buzz from it.
Why do ball players
chew?
No thanks. Why do ball players chew tobacco?
I don't know. Really.
Too many people make it. You know, the guys who make it, you know, it's a lot of bucks. That's why they get some money. Because of all the chances we take, and you know, people don't see none of that kind of stuff. They just see the money. It's printed out in the paper. They don't see the suffering people had to go through to get there. They had to work to get there. They had to pay their dues to get that money.
What does it take to keep you out of the lineup?
Something broken. Aches and pains, you know, you'll stay in there usually, but something breaks, you know. You gotta go take care of it.
For the Phillies in the last half of the second inning, batting fourth, number 44, catcher Ozzie Virgil.
If he was a plumber or construction man, I wouldn't be very involved. You know, I wouldn't know what was going on. I wouldn't be sitting there watching him, worrying about him getting hurt, and whether his career was going to end that day, and who was watching him in the stands, and that kind of thing.
It's a lot different when you're married, and it's even more difficult, you know, when you got children nationally, you know, in the minor leagues.
You shouldn't even be married, really. It's hard enough for single players.
I never have been. I've always taken gambles, though, you know. I mean, really, I've always been a gambler. You know, I like it. I like to take chances, you know, not severe chances, but take chances in life. Go for it, you know, go for whatever. It's working out, you know. That's why I look at it. We were young, and we got 2 kids and no money.
I don't know if it's the money. It's probably not having... always worrying about money. Everybody worries about money anyway, but that's probably what the hardest thing is. Because especially with Dustin, it's hard enough for single guys. And when you're married, if he could be on the 40-man roster, it would be a little easier, like Lee and Ozzie. You still have it rough, but you know the money's there. But here, we make it about a week short of payday every time. You know, you're just scraping. And like road trips cost us, they give him meal money, but $8.50 a day or $9.50, whatever it is a day. He can eat that in one meal.
It's just all part of paying your dues. There's 8 teams in the league with 20 guys on each club that are doing the same thing you are, so there's no excuses, you know. It's hard on your wife. And, you know, it's hard on your folks being away. I know I hadn't talked to my mom for like a month, and I just talked to her the other day, and, you know, and she just has to understand, too. That's part of it, you know, when you're gone.
This isn't that great, but I just have hopes that we'll make it, and it'll all be easier, you know, a little easier anyway.
You can't worry about tomorrow, and you can't worry about next year. You can't worry about yesterday. You just have to go out there every day and just, you know, do your best.
This is a ball player's room, believe it or not. Yeah. They're just all moving out, so... Here, we'll see. I gotta pick up a couple of these mattresses in here.
The hardest thing about the whole thing is packing up everything every time you have to move somewhere else, you know. Now, the spring training, you know, we don't unpack everything. We just usually unpack when we get to wherever we are for the season. Ozzie, you know, his dad was in pro ball, so he's used to the traveling isn't anything for him, you know. It's been his life. How many grade schools did you go to?
18.
18, yeah.
Like, it was hard adjusting at first, you know, but then, you know, you kind of get used to moving around like that. And I've been moving around a lot, mostly, but, you know, this is the first time I'm, you know, far as packing everything myself. Before it used to be my parents doing everything. Now it's me. Nothing too easy about being on the road, really. You know, you just sit around a room, read magazines, look in the newspaper, see what movies are showing around, you know. We listen to a lot of music. Everybody brings their box. And we do about the same thing every day. Try to stay, you know, stay busy.
Hey there.
A lot of times we have to dress in motel rooms and hotel rooms because a lot of the places we play at don't have facilities to, they don't have no lockers or sufficient showers. Some of them don't, hot water that don't work in them. You know, you got to take cold showers, and, you know, when it's 40, 30 degrees outside, you know, it's kind of rough getting into a cold shower.
Just when you get in the major leagues is where you get all, you know, 3 unis, away and home.
Get to look good, huh?
Yeah, styling every night. And then we get dry, you know, they dry clean them instead of just washing them in the dryers, you know, and they get all wrinkled, you know. Over there, you know, the peas all pressed out. You know, nice. Oh, we better get going. I got bus leaves in a couple minutes. Put that there. I'm gone. Everything I need.
You like riding buses? You can try being a professional ball player. You'll get enough rides in them.
Here we are in Quigley, beautiful Quigley. Here it is, Quigley.
What do you mean, where's your fridge? What do you mean you can't find it?
What does it sound like I mean when I say I can't find it?
Underneath the beds. You know, you get close to a lot of guys because we're all living together, and sometimes, somebody gets released or something, you'll feel pretty bad, especially if you've been with them 4 or 5 years. And a lot of the guys, you know, they do feel something. You know, they'll send some guys down, you'll feel bad, but you got to keep going, you know. I've been catching all my life so far. My dad said that's probably the quickest way to get to big leagues nowadays, so I decided that it was probably the best way for me to get there, too.
Better double stick that thing right on. I might have to be pulling hard than that.
Sometimes we play on 140 games, 142 days. It's every day the same, go out there and practice and play the game and then come home. And it's like a 9-to-5 job. And it's straight through playing 6 months.
Like in August comes around, you got to really drive yourself. Because it'll be hot and you'll have 100 and some games underneath your belt. And, bat starts getting heavy. So you go to lighter bat. You lose, Pete?
Oh, you got through.
If you have tonight's Brantford Trolley Museum lucky number, you can pick up your winning certificate and choose your favorite Whitecaps player right now at the souvenir stand.
There's no purpose in this world with mosquitoes.
They spread cancer, I'm telling you.
This place is built like a swamp.
Things start getting to be instinct after a while. You know what to do your body will do it for you, you know what to do automatic.
Ozzie's got a lot of ability, but that ability's not going to come out if Ozzie Virgil doesn't know what he can do and how he can go about doing it. There's still a few things that he has to think about a little bit more, especially, trying to set a hitter up as far as pitches go and everything else. But he's come a long ways, I think, as far as the course of the year. Ozzie's 23 years old, but, he's going to be a late bloomer, I think. And when he does bloom, I think there's potential of seeing a very superstar player in Ozzie Virgil.
Hey, Muzzy.
Jumping Johnny Realhorn. Hey, Dr. Dick. Go with the head box. Yeah, they already sweat my towel. Hot box. Thieves! Come on, Johnny, you can sit that way on a mirror. Hey, need a mirror. Well, this is the life, isn't it?
Very, very hard to have a relationship when, you're back and forth. And every year he came back from a different league, he was somebody different, totally different person, because he had all the influence of all the different guys that he had been associated with, and that was something to put up with. We're both away from each other, but he's going because he wants to go. I'm staying behind just because I have to. Like I said, I don't really want a career, but sometimes when he's home, I feel fulfilled, like I'm doing things, at least just caring for him. But when he goes away, I feel like I'm just sitting here. Look at me at 21 and,
being selected to join the Philadelphia Phillies for the last month of the season.
Makes me feel proud to see those guys move along and eventually someday get to the big leagues. And when you got 4 guys off of a AA ball club that goes to the big leagues in 1 year, well, I tell you, I've sit and thought about it for ever since the day that they told me, and it's just something that very seldom ever happens.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was first told, he called me at my hotel room, and he just said, Clark, our manager. And I figured it was news about winter ball. So my immediate reaction was my lip was quivering, and I didn't know what to say. I was just elated. I just didn't, it's the dream.
It's going to be nice, first time I set foot on that field, in uniform instead of visiting. Because that's all I've gone there 3 times. I visit, and now I want to be able to have my name on the back.
Excited as hell the first time I was out there. First couple of pitches, I was a little bit, in the outfield. The first couple of pitches to the hitter, I was, a little bit overreactive, jumping a little bit too quick. And after that, it was just a matter of, you just feel at home. Once the game gets going, like I said earlier, just your instincts take over. It's just natural.
I don't think it's the thing, part of being not scared, that you're nervous. You're nervous, but after the first, like for me, the first couple of pitches was a little better, but I was still really nervous. I was never scared to go in. You're never scared. It's exciting. You're just more pumped than anybody else is on the field.
I feel pretty proud. I feel real happy. Glad I'm here. Get opportunity for him to see me. It's the only chance I get to see him.
Actually, I'm happy that he chose baseball. I think I make a great career out of it. I think baseball is...
It's paid for almost everything I've got.
Baseball been good to me, so it's not a bad career.